This film is an introduction to the curriculum framework for children and young people with vision impairment, and how parents or carers can best use it to understand the type of support a visually impaired child might need.
CFVI is a document/handbook for sort of teachers and anyone working with people who are blind or vision impaired, and it basically just tells them how to work with them. As young people, you know, we're figuring out our needs and how we work best within sort of education. It's just as much to give us some tips. That way we know what we're asking of our teachers, and it just sort of backs up our needs and what we're asking for to our teachers, parents, mobility officers, all of that jazz.
What is the purpose of the CFVI?
The CFVI was really created to combat an issue whereby, you know, different towns and different local authorities and councils were providing different services depending on where you were in the country.
Off we go! Sometimes I feel I need a big neon sign over my head saying, I'm VI, this is what I need. Especially because I don't think I necessarily look VI.
Why is the CFVI an important framework for children and young people?
Sometimes some teachers, they do sort of underestimate me because I wasn't always visually impaired. I became visually impaired like halfway through year 9. I got put into a few classes like BTECs for Welsh, and I was in set 2 for Welsh before, but I think because of my visual impairment they sort of underestimated what I could do.
Anytime you need me, just call.
It's a lot of pressure, especially if you're a young person who might not even know exactly what you need yourself.
Why is the CFVI an important framework for parents and carers?
I'm a visually impaired mum to 2 daughters. The eldest is severely visually impaired herself, and my youngest doesn't have a visual impairment. Katrin had a real mix of support during her time in school. She got on really well with most of the teachers, and she learnt from quite a young age, out of necessity, that she needed to self-advocate quite a lot. Because, you know, if she didn't speak up about what she needed or what didn't work, then nothing would change. The teachers in the school didn't know anything really until they came across Katrin, and they had to learn. And I think it's just about them, individuals and individual personalities. Some of the teachers were incredibly open to listening and doing anything they could, and some of the teachers were resistant. There was one maths teacher in particular, very, very resistant to looking at working in different ways with Katrin. They had their own way of teaching, and that was it. Having a toolkit where you've got all these different options you can play with, and just giving teachers ideas so that they can try things in different ways.
It's more powerful if a lot of people advocate for what you need instead of one person.
You're welcome.
It shouldn't just be on young people to advocate for accessibility. It's a lot of pressure, especially if you're a young person who might not even know exactly what you need yourself.
I prefer to do it by myself, not someone else want to help me, but I shouldn't be asking for more help throughout life. I want to do my work. I don't want to be sitting out of lessons that I really need to be in to say I can't have it like this because I can't see.
Well, I hope the CFVI just makes life easier for kids in schools. They're so stressful, there's so much anxiety. My daughter went through a lot over her time in mainstream school. And they carry so much on their shoulders, you know, it's so tiring having to always have to tell people what you need all the time.
What type of support can children and young people with vision impairment access?
Yeah, I use an iPad to take photos and zoom in, and it makes it bigger.
They gave me touch typing lessons, which was probably the most valuable thing that they've done for me, really.
So I use a special stick, which is called a cane, to stop me from falling over. So I don't say to anyone, oh, I can't see, because I like to think I can see.
The CFVI is there to help and support visually impaired young people to live more independently.
If they want to learn how to use public transport, support them with that, especially if they're feeling anxious about it.
Now I'm 17, I want to get my own house when I'm older, so it's me starting to do my own bed every week, do the washing up and drying up, hoovering, and then I've got my own money, so I go out and buy stuff for myself. And if I've got a part-time job as well, so that's giving me some money as well, so that's good.
I just think if you could maintain that balance of encouraging us to spread our wings, but also being that safe space for us to land if things don't work out, I think that would benefit us all in the long run.
For further resources on the CFVI, go to www.rnib.org.uk/CFVI. This video was brought to you by RNIB, University of Birmingham and UCAN Productions.